Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, that's C-E-R-I the Crafter, and it's Margarete Miller time, yay! It's week 31, I'm almost certain it's week 31. It's week 32, there you go, that just shows where my brain is today. Okay, for those observant of you, you'll see I've covered this in cream paper stroke card already. This was just something I found in my scrap drawer, and then I found this which almost matched it, but it's fine because I sort of have a definite feel I want for this one. So anyway, enough of that. Let's have a look at the prompts as normal. So we've got something sticky, something drawn or written in pencil, a window or a door, something starts with J, chewing gum or a cough drop wrapper. Both of those cause me a problem, so I'll explain what I did. And a person or something represents a person. So let's move this over to about there. I should imagine it's in shot. Obviously, I always get a bit stressed about this, but I do move it in at the end of the video, so you do see it, even if I've lost this little bit here, hopefully you'll see what's going on. So let's see what I pulled out of my stash of stuff to see what I could use that might work. So, first of all, something sticky. Well, I had a picture of a piece of cake, and that looks like apple pie and ice cream, or it could almost be an apple pizza with ice cream, whatever. That looks damn delicious to me, and that looks pretty cute as well. So there you go. There's that. Something drawn with pencil or written. I found these in one of my magazines. They're obviously drawn in pencil, and I'm going to use this one, I think, because that one looks a bit blur, but I quite like just that hint of colour in there. So I think I've already made the decision on that, but we'll see, because I might use both of them anyway. A window or a door. That wasn't easy. I've got a window that don't know why, I tend to cut windows and doors out of magazines quite regularly. So, I don't know, that's just the way it is. Got something stuck to that. What is that? Right, don't scratch it too much, Griffiths, you'll rip the paper. Okay, what was the next thing? Something that starts with J. Well, I cut these two little bits of jewellery out. Now, some of you are probably going to say, am I going to cut the middles out? No, I'm not. And the reason being, this is magazine paper. The moment I try and go in there with a craft knife or a small scissors, it'll look really, really bad. I'd rather have two neat pieces of blue on the page than a ragged shape. So no, I'm not cutting those out. Chewing gum or cough drop wrapper. I didn't have those because I've never chewed gum. It's something I wasn't allowed to do as a kid, and I haven't got coughs, I haven't got cough drops. But I do have these sweet wrappers, which I'm not 100% sure. I'm a bit stuck about these. There's something in mind, but I need to see until the whole thing is finished whether it's going to work or not. So bear with me on that one, caller, okay? But know that there is something. Bonus is a person or something that represents a person. Well, I've got a group of persons. I've got her, which I thought was really cute for what I'm thinking. And I've got these three lovely bridesmaids, which I actually thought was really cute as well. And there's a door in there. Funny, that's another prompt. So there's that. Then I had a couple of other things that I thought I might pull in. I mean, I like that because of the colour pink in it. You can sort of see where I'm going, pinks and creams. I found I like that colour. I found the word growing, and I found the word feed your face. Oh, and I found a flower. So these are things that don't necessarily make it, and I found a really cute pink butterfly. Not necessarily needed on the page, but I thought it gives me something to dip into should I need them. And then I think if this page goes away, I want to put some lace down the edge of there, just to make it really nice and delicate and feminine and cutesy. I don't know, I'm going cutesy today. So, right, let's get right on with this. Now, let's move this in a bit. I'm a bit nervous it's not in shot. I've got a glue book over, or I would if I could get hold of it. There's a glue book here. Tear ruler, scissors, spreader. Now, I bought in a mixture of glues. I mean, I've got my glue stick. This is almost empty, so I've got a backup. Nothing like planning ahead. And I've got my Fabri-Tac and I've got my art glitter, because I'm just unsure, really, what I'm going to stick on with what. Oh, before we get anywhere to this, I remember to go back through my comments and found out who explained to me what frog in the throat meant that phrase. Okay, it was by it. The comment was by Heather Sherlock. Heather, thank you very much. Thank you for doing some digging that I didn't get round to. Apparently, the phrase "frog in the throat" first raised its head in America around the end of the 19th century, and it wasn't anything fanciful. It was basically, if someone had a really croaky or a hoarse voice, people would say, "Oh, you've got a frog in his throat," because it sounded like he was croaking or she was croaking. So there you go. So just a little bit of information, but you know, it's a little layer more of something I didn't know before. So, well, almost rhymes, doesn't it? Okay, let's get on with this because I want to do this one. I want to make sure that I don't spend as long as I did on the last one, which was a little longer than I anticipated, but you know what? I was having fun. Okay, where are we going to start with? Right, let's lay down some back pieces. I did like these. I wonder. Trying to put some balance on the page. That's obviously going to need a bit of a tidy up, but I'm okay with that. Window, I know I need a window. I quite like the idea of the window there because it's quite a dominant piece. Or I might bring it down a bit so there's a bit of cream going around. In fact, I might even pull it over, or maybe I won't. I don't know, I'll decide that more I get to sticking. That sort of leaves. Right, so I was going to use that. This one can go in the parking lot. And now, that does fit down beautifully there, but I actually quite like it up here as well. I sort of like the balance between those two squares. Right, I had another piece. Where was it? This piece. I quite like that. That would work for me there. Right, let's start gluing down some of the base pieces. I know I like this piece, so let's just put this piece down straight away. This piece was obviously from a magazine because most of my stuff does come from magazines, although I do love digitals, don't get me wrong. The only thing is I tend to, when I'm doing collage, I like the fact that I'm almost recycling the magazines, so that's why you'll find that I tend to use magazine images for collage, because I'm taking recycled magazines or things that would actually end up in the trash and I'm making art out of them. So for me that really appeals to me. Right, right, let's put the window down because we know I like the window. Right, put that to one side. Obviously all of these go into the box which is now over that side. It keeps moving around on me, but it's there so that I can actually use them for making journal cards or tags or backing stuff, or sometimes when I'm doing mixed media stuff I'll create my canvas out of old book pages, or I might use them as a foundation to start with. Actually, you know, I am going to leave a bit of a gap there. There you go, just a little bit, just to put an edge around. I don't intend distressing the edge of this. That's certainly not something that's on the books for this. Right, now where's that little girl gone? I had a feeling I liked her over here, to be honest. And I think I still like her over here. So I'm going to stick this piece down. So, there you go. Now I'm actually filming this ahead. This is, I want to say, about a day before I go on my vacation. So, is it a day? It's Wednesday today and I go on Friday morning. So there you go. That's where I am. And I just wanted to make sure that, because if I don't film this today, it means there won't be a challenge next Wednesday. So therefore I have to be a bit planning ahead on this one, although I have focused a lot of my video time on doing other videos which are already uploaded and scheduled, which I'm quite happy about actually. I think I'm up to about 7 different videos on different subjects and things like that, so I've been working really hard getting stuff scheduled. Right, I'm going to trim the legs anyway, So that's fine, just to make sure they're both even. There you are, that's cute. She's lovely. Okay, I'm happy I put her on there. I was a bit like, oh, is this a bit too cutesy? But you know what? It isn't a bit too cutesy. I quite like it. Let's put that up there. So yeah, so filming ahead. The week after I come back, though, is going to be a bit tricky because I come back Friday morning and I go directly into a night shift that night. So I'm probably going to be a little bit worn out on the Saturday, but then again, I do have a video already shot for that Sunday. So it should be fine. I just will have a few days then to film the next one of these. Hey, could even film it the day before. I think there's enough time in the planner for that. In fact, I think my car goes in for an MOT on that day, so it means that I will have time while the car is in there to do filming. Right, I did put that there. Let's leave that sit for a second, just so my brain is settling into what I need to do. Where are those bridesmaids gone? I did like the bridesmaids, and I like the fact the bridesmaids can be used to cover that up, but only barely. Yep, let's put them on there. So this feels like it's really sticky. That's the only trouble when you use magazine pages. I mean, as some of you have made and noted by watching my videos, I go through a lot of glue pages, and the problem is that if you put magazine paper onto a glue book that's got even the slightest little bit of glue on it, it just sticks and rips the front of the image off. So I'm always really, really, really cautious that I don't have oh, well, I guess that one's going in the bin, isn't it, because it's been torn in half. That I don't have a sticky page to start with. Okay, we're kind of getting there. What else did I have? I think that does need to go down next. Right, let's just tear this page off and turn it over. Yeah, that'll be better. Let's put this on there. Yeah, I don't know why, but this page just, when I was pulling pieces out of my clippings or snippets box, it just started screaming wedding or wedding day to me. It just happened to turn out this way. I would say it's not planned, but obviously it was planned, because then I followed the rabbit down that hole, I can assure you. So, right. Now I think we get to the point where we need to say cake or tart or whatever this is. I think it's obviously that one, isn't it? This is a bit... No, that's not going to work. I'm going to use this one. So let's find a clean bit of this. So, oops, there you go. So not a lot really has gone on, because it's Wednesday today and I only filmed number 31 yesterday. So so it got released this morning, which is fine. But as you can see, so we had a chat yesterday, so I'm a bit lost for things to chat about today. And I haven't really looked at any more comments. So there you go, really. It's just, life is just hurtling on at speed at the moment. Right, where are we up to? Right. Jewellery pieces. Now, I, in my mind, had these here. And I had that one below that one. Right, let's see. I refuse to stick these to each other because these are so fragile. I'm not going to make a mess of this. I'm going to be really careful. I'm not going to eat up my glue stick. There you go. I must admit, yesterday afternoon I was watching Tina from Shabby Dabby Doodah, and she was doing some policy envelopes. And she does, I mean, I do policy envelopes as well, obviously, I think most of us do, but I quite like the way she did her closures, so I think I might use that as one of the videos I'm going to do for the 12 by 12 series, because I like the way she did those. So yeah, and I am working on that series. I haven't started filming, but I've got at least 6 or 7 projects designed or worked out. So when I do have a day filming it, it's going to literally be bang, 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 and they should all be there. And then I can just build on those, which will be what I want to do. Have I got everything on here yet? No, I haven't. Right, was there anything on here? I quite like the idea of the butterfly. I think these flowers are sort of just wrong. No, they don't work. Now feed your face, because this cake and this little girl may have her eye on it. No, I think that's a bit rude. Growing. I did quite like the word growing though. I don't know why I quite like the word growing. Maybe she's imagining growing up to be one of these ladies. So let's put this down. I do like that. So I need to make sure I leave enough room to put the lace on the edge though, because that's my intent for this. So maybe it needs to come over about there. That should be more than enough room for that. There's my old scraper. Is that straight? I think that's straight. There you go. Okay, right. Butterfly is still lurking. Now let's address the issue of the sweet wrappers. Okay, I did try putting them through a flower punch. That never worked. I could have put them through a die, couldn't I? Oh, that's an idea. I've got flower dies. I quite like the idea of a flower die. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a mismatch trying to do that live. I'm wondering whether I need to stop, take a pause, put these through the die cutting machine, and then come back to you. I think I'm going to do that, if you don't mind, guys, because I really would like to have little pink plastic flowers on here. So I'm going to hit pause a second, and then I'll come back once I've done it. I'm just using a big shot, and I'm using just a metal die, which is it'll just be a generic flower shape. So back in a second, guys. So here I am back again now. This is the die set I used, obviously one of the Tim Holt sets. Find this very useful. I actually need to think I need to find a new place to store my big shot, because I've tending to be storing in a very deep drawer here in the new craft cave. But as with everything, out of sight, out of mind, I keep forgetting about it. And I do love my dies. I use them a lot, but obviously I keep forgetting they're there. So as you can see, I think that was a brilliant idea. I cut all of these little tiny flowers out. So I'm going to put these on something that I don't lose. Right, let's put them on there. And then we'll do those in a moment. Right, I just want to check that. Oh, have I got little pearls or something I'll put on there? I wonder whether those... Oh, some of those are going to be mammoth. I thought I had little pearls here somewhere, but I have no idea where they are. So, I don't know. I'll come up with something. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but I'll come up with something. So, right, have I got everything on here? Something sticky? Yes. Something drawn? Yes. A window? Yes. Something starting with J? Yes. Chewing gum wrappers? That's going to be that. Personal persons? Yes. And I've still got my butterfly, so I'm going to put the flowers on first and then decide whether I want the butterfly. Now, I'm thinking I should put the lid on my glue is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'd like to put these on with art glitter glue. My gut feeling is art glitter glue. So I'm just going to clean the end of the art glitter glue, Griffiths. I think this is warming up for a bit of a soak in warm water, to be honest, this nozzle, nib, tip, whatever it is. Right, I'm just going to put a little dots of art glitter glue down. I'm only going to glue them as if they're in the centre, because that way the petals will move. Hopefully the petals won't get folded and distorted. But got one there. Let's put one there. But hey, it's my journal or my collage book, so hopefully if anything does go wrong with it, I can always repair it. But I've got all the faith in the world that the art glitter glue is going to work nicely. Right, let's put another one down there as well. So I was watching Gail Augustinelli the other day doing number 30. I think it was 30 or 31. And she was having fun doing that. I tend to watch, not tend, I do watch Gail every day actually. Gail is pretty much my coffee break in the afternoon. I don't know why, I just got into the habit a couple of years ago, and it's just like, okay, time out in the day, sit down, watch Gail. Just have fun. Gail inspires me. And besides that, it's sort of, if it wasn't for Gail, I don't think, we're talking about Gail Augustinelli, by the way, I don't think I would have opened my Etsy shop, because I just didn't have a clue, and it's through all of Gail's Etsy shares and things like that. I went, you know what, I can make those. I'm artistic, I can do that. So why not? Let's just have a go. And I did. And here we are a little while later on. I've got an Etsy store. I've got plenty of Etsy products which I'm developing that I have been a bit remiss because I haven't been doing them for a while. And it's not that I haven't been doing them really, I have, but I haven't actually completed them all, or completed one. I've got about 6 on the go, but I haven't really completed them to the point where they can be scanned, and then I'm sure if you've got an Etsy store you will understand. Uploading them is not the fastest thing in the world to do. Really, it takes a little bit of time to actually list and just fill in the electronic form and everything like that. I'm quite liking that. That's quite lovely. I'm wondering what I want to put as centres now. I could use those jewels, but I think that might be a bit not really what I'm liking. I do have a button jar, but I'm not sure I've got buttons that are small enough for the small ones. Or maybe I could use stickles for the little ones and buttons for the big ones. Bear with me. Right. Pull in, hence one button jar. I'll just put it down right here and have a bit of a look. I mean, there are plenty of buttons in here. There are some cutesy little buttons in here. It's just finding them all amongst all of this. As I said, they don't all have to be buttons, I suppose. I quite like them all to be that size, however. Oh, does that mean I've got to empty my button jar out? We don't really want to do that. This button jar is pretty full, and I have no idea where it would all go if I dropped it. So I'm thinking that I might need to empty it out if I want to find all of these little pink ones which are eluding me here. So I think the little pink ones look really nice in the middle of the bigger flowers, but that doesn't mean they all have to have a button in the middle. There's another little one. You watch, I'm going to get to the point where I'm not going to be able to find enough of them. Actually, that's 3. That's 1, 2, 3. That's fine. I can live with 3. I'm wondering now whether I should be looking for yellow instead. Let's see if I can find a yellow one. Sorry, I know this is probably frustrating. You can't really see, but all I'm doing is rooting through the top of this. Oh, there are little yellow ones. Come on, out you come. This reminds me of trying to dig a hole in the sand with the sea coming in. It's like you see something, you reach for it, and then bing, it's gone. Okay, let's pretend that's... No, yellow is definitely the wrong colour. Do I want buttons? Do those look too... If I'm going to do those, maybe I could do the diamantes on some of them, because they wouldn't look too bad in the middle of that size, and actually use stickles in the little ones. There you go. I've just convinced myself. Put the button jar by. Sorry, I couldn't find the stickles for a second. Right, the buttons are going to stay, and I think it's definitely Fabri-Tac time for for the buttons, and I think it's probably safer if I stick the glue on and then drop the button on top of it, because if I try and glue the button and then drop the button, goodness knows what the button will stick to. Right, that's that one. Where's the other ones? Two. And of course any glue that's showing will dry clear, so I'm not overly worried about that. Right, let's see if I can get these off. Right, these are on glue, but that doesn't mean that I trust the glue. So I have trust issues, people. I have been let down before. I've been really cack-handed here. For American friends, cack-handed means fumble-fingered, something like that. Just in case you're not familiar with the phrase. I don't know whether it's a British thing or not, but right, note to self, if you drop them on, they stick where you drop them. Okay, because they do have adhesive on the back, these little gems. This is where big fat fingers don't normally help. Now I've stuck one to myself. We're not having fun. Yes, we are having fun. We'll try to do this. I'm going to have to leave this page for a little while to dry, obviously. Or I can close the book, but then that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'd rather get it right through being patient than being impatient and mess it all up. Right, I need one more of these little suckers. Let's take that one out of there. And put that over there. So has anyone been watching the Olympics? I must admit I haven't, pretty much because I don't have the time to sit down and watch TV. However, I've obviously seen highlights on YouTube or Facebook or social media, and congratulations Tom Daley, yay! Him and I can never remember his diving partner's name, something Lee. I'm terrible at names. Anyway, him and his diving partner won gold for synchronized diving, and if you were to watch that dive, oh my word, the boys nailed it. It was absolutely as if they were the same person. I think it'd be interesting to find out how many times they've actually done that dive, because it's got to... Why can't I get my stickles out? Please don't tell me my stickles are blocked at this point in time. Come on, Mr. Stickles, you can do this. I'm not going to be a happy camper if I can't have stickles. I may have to throw a bit of a tantrum. Oh, darn. Let's see if I can get this unblocked with this pin. What's going on, Mr. Stickles? Why are you not loving me? I think I may have I used the stickles on the last TV show I did, and I think I might have just happened to leave the lid off the bottle, maybe. Well, there are stickles in there, look, I can see them. Oh, definitely stickles in there. Right, I wonder whether... Right, there's got to be a different way to do this. Let's just take a little paintbrush and scoop some off my glue book, which I've just put them on. And see if I can't just dab a little bit in the middle. That'll be okay. So yes, so I saw Tom Daley, and that was an incredible dive, absolutely incredible dive. I can't really tell you anything. I think I saw, did I see rowing? I think I saw a bit of rowing. I haven't seen any gymnastics, but I don't know if they've been on yet. I've seen no running, but I don't know. I can't remember exactly what I've seen. Anyway, I'm sort of fading because I'm trying to do too many things and talk at the same time. Never a good idea. I'm not focused. There you go. Right. Let's go. Oh, what is it with ripping pages, Griffiths? I think we're pretty much done with the glue. Right. Question is, does a butterfly truly belong on this page, or would it be overkill? I think it would be overkill, but I do want to put the lace down the side because I've had this lace in my mind since I started, and to me it just makes sense. Right, I want to even this up so I've got a complete design at the top. Yep, that'll go in the snippet jar. Well, it's going in the parking lot at the moment, but it'll go in the snippet jar later. And then I need to come just about halfway there. Now, my obvious choice will be to use Fabri-Tac for this. Another snippet. Gail will be proud of me. I think it's going to be Fabri-Tac. I think what I'll do is I'll put a line of Fabri-Tac down, stick this down on the line, and then go in and maybe slip a little bit of Fabri-Tac under each of those. So let's hope the Fabri-Tac's playing nice today. It is playing nice today. Right, let's put one line right down here. Yeah, if you think I can talk and do this, think again. And breathe. Right, is there a right or wrong? I don't think there is for this stuff. So let's just put that on there. I'm using the edge of a spread or a card so that I don't actually get it stuck all over my fingers, which I would have a want to do. And I'm just going to lift these up and just put a little line down here, which is where I think all of these pieces will be. If I get the glue book out of the way, Griffiths, you'll be a lot easier to do. And then another thing I'll do is I'll actually go in and trim the bottom edge of this lace here when this is fully dried. It's just glue book stuck. Make sure that's all in contact. So I think I like that. I think for once I'm knowing when to stop. It's now. Don't add anything else, Griffiths. I think you've done it. It's a little more sparse than my normal pages. I can see spaces like this and this that I'm actually quite tempted to jump in. Let's move this down so you can see it a bit better. That I'm quite tempted to jump in and put things into. But you know what? I'm liking that as it is. I think for once, let it be. Do you know what I mean? Just let it be. I'm a little annoyed at the stickles that I couldn't get them to come out of this little pot. I need to look at that. Maybe I just need to clean that whole thing out. Maybe there's some glue stuck in the end of it. So there you go. Okay, I think we've got everything. So something sticky, definitely. We can call the stickle sticky as well. Something drawn with a pencil, that's that. Window or door, that's that. And there is a door there. Something starts with a J. We've got jewellery. Chewing gum wrapper. Well, I used a sweet wrapper instead because it was. I'm not going to buy a tube of cough sweets just so I can use one wrapper. And hopefully I won't be ever ill enough to use cough sweets. A personal persons, there you go. I think we're done. I think I'm going to call 32 done. It's a lot less busy than my normal ones, but we've covered all the elements. It's got sort of a wedding type feel to it, which I'm quite happy about. So, loving that. Right, I'm going to have to do something slightly different. I'm going to move this up because obviously I can't put my social media thing on top of that because I'll have stickles all over it. Not there's wrong with stickles. Okay, so social media, you know all about this. You know where to find me. If you are someone out there, by the way, who has Etsy's and you'd like me to share an Etsy for you because I've started doing Etsy shares, if you go to my website, you can contact me from the website, or you could leave your name in the comments of this YouTube, or you could find me on Facebook. Look up Ceri the Crafter on Facebook. Oh, there you go. There you go. No, there you go. See, I can't even remember where I am. Look me up there. Like me or send me a message. Fine. Just if you fancy. I mean, we can work it out from there. Anyway, it's a sort of new venture for me, and I like to promote and share people's talents. So I'm quite happy to be sharing Etsy's. Although, just make sure that they're safe to do so. I'm not promoting something that's actually got copyright issues or things like that. So anyway, that's that done. All it needs to be is for me to say goodbye. So this is Ceri the Crafter, Ceri the Crafter, saying goodbye. Goodbye now.